Mary, do you have any idea where my Gucci pencil case went? I'm pretty sure it was on my desk when I left yesterday. I came into work this morning and I couldn't find it anywhere. Good morning, Hannah. I'm sorry, but I have absolutely no idea where your pencil case could be. Are you sure about that? The pencil case is super expensive and nice. We're the only female workers in this department who likes fashion and all that high-end stuff, right? The only person that I can think of who would steal it from me is you.
Hannah, I didn't take it. Oh my God, how can you accuse me like that?
Are you sure that you didn't take it from me just because I'm new to this department? I think that you're trying to make my life difficult here so that I don't take your position from you.
You just said that it was still on your desk when you left work yesterday, right?
Yeah, I'm sure of it. I was using it until I left work yesterday.
Well, if that's the case, then it couldn't have been me. I've been on a business trip and out the city since yesterday lunch. I'm still on the business trip, so I haven't gone back to the office since I left.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, so it's not me.
Fine. Dang it.
Anyway, shouldn't you be working right now? Everyone at the office should be busy with so many deadlines coming up this week. If you really need to find your pencil case right now, how about you ask the other guys anyway? And if you really need a pen for whatever, then you can go and use the ones that are on my desk. But please make sure that you don't waste too much time on this either way and just focus on the deadlines.
Okay, fine. I guess I'll do that then.
I've got a business meeting to attend with one of our partners now. I've really got to get going.
Okay, sorry about that. Good luck.
Thanks, Hannah.
Mary, is it really true that you're gonna get married?
Oh, wow. I guess everyone must be talking about it now. Yeah, it's true.
But I thought that you're like 45 years old. Isn't that like a little too old for a woman to be getting married? Also, doesn't that mean you've been single your entire life? Are you sure that this marriage is gonna be okay?
What do you mean by that?
Are you sure that this isn't like marriage fraud?
Marriage fraud? No, it's definitely not like that.
How can you be so sure though? I heard that there are a lot of male scammers who target old, single, and successful career women. I also heard that they go after women that seem to have very little experience with men. That sounds exactly like you, Mary. You're like the perfect target for marriage fraud.
I feel like that's a very insulting thing to say to me. But you don't need to worry about that. The guy that I'm getting married to is someone who I've known since I was in my 20s. I've actually been dating him on and off for around 10 years, too. He's someone that I trust, so there's absolutely no need for me to worry about him. So thanks for your concern, Hannah, but no thanks.
Oh, I see. Well, that's good for you. I really had no idea that you were getting married, though.
Well, it has nothing to do with work, so I really didn't mention it to anyone. It's not like I was trying to hide it from you either, though.
Yeah, okay then. Well, thanks for the information. I'll keep it in mind then.
Okay, well, I'm glad that's sorted then. Good morning, Hannah. Where are you right now? You should be at the office working, but I don't see you around. Are you late again? It's happening a little too often lately.
Oh, look who it is. Hey, Mary. I'm sorry. I actually am running a little late. I had a really important business meeting with our business partners, so I'll be coming late today.
What are you talking about? I haven't been told that you're going to be in a meeting today. You just started working here a couple weeks ago. There's no way you would be assigned to a meeting now. That should be assigned to someone else in upper management. Really, where are you?
Yeah, okay, you caught me. That was a lie.
Hannah, really? You just lied to me?
Still, I know that I'm going to be promoted soon, so I should be able to choose what time I come to work, right? Our boss is never at the office anyway. He always seems to choose when he comes to work too, so why can't I?
Because you're not the boss, Hannah. And besides, he also works remotely from time to time. You just started working here, so you need to come to work on time, just like everyone else.
Actually, I can choose when I come to work because I'm special.
Special? What are you talking about?
I'm going to be taking the entire day off today, by the way. Make sure you got all of the work that I was meant to do done for me.
Hannah, You better drop that attitude. You were assigned to work on some very basic tasks. You're still on probation. Why would I do it? This is your job, Hannah. You need to come to work right now and start completing the tasks that were assigned to you.
No thanks. I'm just about to go on vacation with my boyfriend. That's way more important than work. Anyway, bye now, Mary. Don't slack off at work, okay?
Hannah, don't you dare skip work for a reason like that. You're really crossing a line today. If you don't come to work immediately, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble. What you're doing is just unacceptable.
Hey, Mary.
Good evening, Hannah. I still can't believe that you ended up taking the entire day off today. What has gotten into you? You can't get away with this, you know that, right?
Yeah, whatever. Just listen to what I'm about to tell you, okay? I'm going to explain to you what happened, and there's something else I need to tell you too.
What is it?
I'm currently dating a guy called David Peterson. You know who he is, right?
Wait, really? Of course I know who he is. Are you seriously going out with the boss's son?
Yeah, I am. That's why I told you I'm special. I can come to work at whatever time I want to, and I can take days off when I want. Does that clear things up for you?
You can't just do whatever you want just because you're dating him. You shouldn't be mixing your private life with your work life anyway. I still expect you to come to work on time.
You're just jealous that I'm dating someone with so much power. You'd be doing the same thing as me if you were in my position, and I know it. I also heard a huge secret about you from him.
About me? What is it then?
I heard that you've been pocketing some of the money that was meant to be used on your business trips for your own good.
What? I would never do such a thing.
Do you realize that what you're doing is a crime?
I just told you I would never do that. Stop accusing me for something that I didn't do.
Can you prove that you're innocent, though? It's the boss's son who's accusing you, you know. I think it's clear who's going to win if this becomes an issue. There's no way he's wrong about it.
Actually, he's totally wrong, and I can't believe I'm being accused of this.
There's no way a criminal like you is going to be able to get married now, huh? I'm going to steal him from you.
What do you mean, steal him from me? Who?
He told me that he likes me over you, and he's only 20 years old, isn't he? You're gonna be fired, and I'm gonna be taking your place.
Hannah? Everything that you're telling me is nonsense. It doesn't make sense at all. I feel like there's a serious misunderstanding here somewhere.
Oh, David's calling me, so I gotta get going now. We're gonna be going on vacation to Miami for an entire week. So make sure you cover for me for that whole week, okay?
What? There's no way that's okay.
You're 45 years old, and it looks like your marriage isn't going to happen. Have fun living a lonely life by yourself, you old witch.
I really don't understand what you're talking about. None of this makes any sense.
I'm back! Did you miss me, Mary? I just had one of the best weeks of my life in Miami. It was so much fun spending such a romantic week with David. I can't believe that he was able to get us an entire week off from work. I guess he can do whatever he likes because he's going to be the next boss. I'm so happy that I'm going to become the wife of a successful CEO.
Well, you're not going to stay happy for much longer, Hannah. The company did some investigating after you accused me of stealing the company's funds.
Oh, so you're finally going to be arrested for your crime? Looks like you're going to really be fired from this company, huh? This only happened because you kept on trying to make me come to work when I didn't want to. You never should have picked a fight with me. You only have yourself to blame for this. Stealing the company's money is bad.
You're the one that's getting fired, Hannah.
What? That's not even funny. I just told you that you're the one losing your job.
You're at the office, right? You need to go to the meeting room immediately.
What? No, I don't.
Stop talking back to me and just go. There are people waiting for you in there.
Mary, what the hell's happening? Why am I the one that's getting fired? It just doesn't make any sense at all. You're the one that messed up. I meant to become the wife of the next CEO of this company. I'm going to report you for this.
Hannah, I'm going to try to correct your misunderstandings one by one, okay?
Wait, misunderstandings? I don't understand what you're talking about at all.
To start off with, you've been thinking that guy David is my fiancé, right?
Right, David Peterson.
Well, that's not true at all.
What do you mean?
He's not my fiancé.
Everyone was telling me that you're going to be getting married to the next CEO, and that's him. I'm 100% sure that's what everyone was saying.
I'm getting married to the next CEO of one of the companies that we do business with, not the CEO of our company. You shouldn't believe rumors until you know the facts, you know.
Wait, what? Which company does he work for then?
My fiancé is currently working for the A company, and he'll be the next CEO.
What? That company's huge! What the hell?
So, is that clear now? David is not going to be the next CEO of this company.
He told me that he's going to become the next CEO, though.
He's the only one that thinks that. He goes around mentioning that because he's Brian's oldest son. I don't think Brian is the kind of person that would decide the next CEO just because that's his son. It's not decided for sure yet, but the person who's most likely to take over as the next CEO is Steven from HR.
Oh my God, Steven? The one with glasses and going a bit bald and loves his nachos?
Yeah, that's him.
What's going to happen to David then? Does he have any chance at all becoming the next CEO?
I don't think he has. Even the new guys who joined the company recently are already better at what they do than him. In my opinion, he is the most useless person that's worked for this company, and there's really no point in keeping that guy around.
Useless? Is he really? I thought that he was really competent and dependable and whatnot.
No, he's not at all. Also, you mentioned some money being stolen before, you remember? Well, it turns out that was David. It wasn't me.
No way! He told me that was you!
You really shouldn't believe everything that comes out of his mouth, Hannah. Brian told me to thank you for helping him catch David too, you know. This is all thanks to you.
I didn't do anything to help you guys out though, did I?
Actually, you gave away the fact that the two of you were going on vacation to Miami?
Yeah?
You sent me lots of photos of you guys having fun, right?
Wait, so it's my fault that you guys found out? I had no idea that he was stealing the company's money, though.
After doing a little research, we realized that he's been taking the company's money for a while now. I guess he realized that he might get caught sooner or later, so he decided to pin it on me. Maybe he thought I was a good target since I go on so many business trips. The mistake that he made was talking to you about it before he was able to plant fake evidence on me.
Oh, no. Oh my God, what have I done? So the vacation that me and David went into Miami, was that paid for by the company's money too?
Yeah, seems like that was his plan. He threatened one of the guys in the accounting department to get him to cover his tracks, apparently. He was forcing that guy to write off his Miami trip with you off as business expenses. I really have no idea how he was planning to get away with something so obvious, though.
Wait, hold on a minute. Does this mean that I might be in a lot of trouble too?
Well, of course you are. That's probably why you ended up getting fired. Although, I doubt you would have lasted here long enough with the attitude and work ethic that you have. You were probably going to end up getting fired at some point anyway. Also, I forgot to tell you this about David, but David got fired from the company too.
No way! I was meant to get married to the next CEO and be rich and live happily ever after. That was the only reason I agreed to date him.
I already told you that he had no chance of becoming the next CEO anyway, so your stupid dream never would have come true at all. I have no idea why you thought dating a guy like him would be a good idea.
I'm really sorry, Mary.
For what?
For my attitude and work ethic. Everything. I can't make this right. Please just consider giving me another chance. Just let me keep my job. You can go and convince the higher-ups for me, right?
I'm just the manager of this department. I don't have a say in who stays and who gets fired. You can go and talk to the higher-ups yourself, though. I think it's pointless to try to salvage this, though. What you did can't be forgiven. Even if I did have the authority to let you continue to work here, I wouldn't, because I know that you'd be a detriment to the company.
Wait, you were the manager of this department? I thought that you were just like a regular employee like the rest of us.
What? You didn't even know what I did for work? Did you pay any attention at all during your work orientation? I clearly introduced myself to you as the manager of this department.
Well, there is just so much to remember on my first day. I must have forgotten. I'll make sure to remember that from now on. Anyway, please, can you help me find a way to keep my job? This is the job I was finally accepted for after taking so many job interviews. I really don't think I'm going to be able to find another job that's as good as this. I also need the money right now because I have so much credit card debt. I got a little excited after getting this job and went on a major shopping spree. I bought a little too much, so I need the next couple of months' salary to pay for it.
Well, that's not my problem at all. You're just going to have to figure it out yourself. Nothing is going to change by asking me for help. I'm also busy with my job as there are so many deadlines coming up.
Wait, please don't say that, Mary. I need your help. I definitely won't be able to convince them to let me keep my job without your help.
I suggest that you just start looking for another job. Goodbye, Hannah, and don't ever contact me again. The total amount of money that David stole came out to be around $50,000. The majority of the money that he stole was in the form of fake business expenses, and he would threaten and bribe one of the guys in the accounting department so that they could help him. That was his MO, which is so pathetic, right? He was arrested by the police and was ordered to return all the money to the company immediately. He didn't have any money left, though, and was totally broke, so he ended up borrowing the $50,000 from the bank, which means now he has a lot of debt. His father, Brian, who is the current CEO, decided to take responsibility for what his son had done and stepped down from his position. And so, the manager of the HR department ended up taking his spot as the CEO of the company. Hannah was immediately fired from the company, even after pleading to keep her job. She had a huge amount of credit card debt, but no income to pay for any of it. Although she tried to apply for other full-time positions, she's still unemployed. The fact that she's been fired from our company after just 2 weeks of starting work probably plays a big part in her still being jobless. Currently, she's working a part-time job at the grocery store and the gas station. She's working very long hours at minimum wage to try to pay off the money that she owes. She must really regret losing her position at our company. I doubt that she's ever going to get an opportunity this good again in her life. But she shot herself in the foot, so oh well, life goes on. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like the video and leave a comment. See you in the next one.
Hey you, how's it going? That light above the oven's broken again, by the way. I couldn't remember. Do you have to work overtime again tonight, hun?
Oh no, not again. Dom, you've got to stop letting the steam get up in there. You know it damages the electrics. I'm alright. Tired though. It feels like today will never end. Yeah, that's the plan. It would be nice to finish on time for a change. Lately I've been completely swamped with work. You're same as usual, aren't you? Seeing as you have the time, could you grab the laundry out of the dryer and fold it up for me, like I showed you how to do?
Oops, sorry. Yep, that's right. But you'll be home late tonight, won't you? Okay, I guess I'll do it. It can be my payback for you cooking dinner last time. It's just that I was wondering about what I should do.
Oh, what's up? Is something the matter?
Well, I'm off tomorrow, so I thought it would be nice to make the most of my time and do something fun. But if you're not there, then even if I get home early, there's like nothing to do.
How about you go out for dinner with your friends every now and then? You were saying to me the other day that you could do with having someone else around, besides me, to hang out with when I can't make it over. Lately, you've just been playing your games all the time, and I don't think it's very good for you to be doing that. You know I don't want to be a nagging wife, but I have been telling you that a lot, haven't I?
I know. It's just that there's a game series I've been a fan of for so long. The newest version has just come out and everything. You can't expect me to not play it.
But it's not really good to shut yourself inside all day long. At least limit the time you play and do something a bit more social or some exercise or whatever. You're going to get out of shape and become a couch potato if you carry on like this.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm starting to get fed up with that game anyway. I got stuck on this kind of boring level that takes forever, and if I die, I go right back to the start, so it's getting tedious and all. I'll try and make more of an effort to get out of the house. At least now the weather's got warmer, I can go out without freezing my butt off.
That's the spirit, babe. Even if it's just for a short while. I guarantee you'll feel glad you made the effort. And don't worry about me, please. I'm happy if you're happy. I just want you to enjoy yourself. After all, it's been a long time since you went out to eat. When was it? Valentine's Day, right? That was so long ago.
Now that you mention it, you're right. Thanks again for paying, by the way. I really thought I'd brought my wallet with me. Okay, you've twisted my arm. I'll go eat out more from now on. Maybe check out that burger joint that opened last month. I heard they do bottomless drink refills.
Glad to hear it. I hope you have a good time. Don't go too mad on the soda, though.
Don't you have the day off of work the day after tomorrow? What are you gonna do after going to see the wedding venue? It'll be pretty early in the day still. We'd still have hours of free time. Where do you want to go after that? Like shopping or something?
I'm not sure myself, really. There's nothing I desperately need to buy right now, so the mall's out. Ooh, shall we go see that space disaster movie you showed me the trailer for? It must be showing at the downtown multiplex by now, and I still have that 2-for-1 voucher somewhere on my phone.
Probably best not to go to that, actually.
Really? Why? Are you sure? To be honest, I wasn't expecting you to be so dismissive. Weren't you actually counting down the days from like a month before it came out? Didn't you tell me you wanted to see it over and over?
Well, I did, but the thing is, a guy from work saw it a couple of days ago. And he told me that he wasn't all that impressed. Like, the special effects are a little shonky, and the acting isn't great. And the ending is kind of corny and predictable, apparently. So, that kind of put me off.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you'd at least want the ending to be good. That must be a bit of a bummer for you after having been so hyped up and building it up in your head. I was kind of getting interested in seeing it as well, to be honest. The lead actor is normally in some pretty good movies. He doesn't normally choose duds, so I figured it must be worth going to see.
Oh well, these things happen though. It's not like it's the end of the world or anything. All those live-action remakes of animations that get hyped up like crazy tend to be made pretty badly, and the fans get really upset. Yeah, I was excited for it too, so it's a disappointment. But if he said it was bad, it probably was. I mean, he tends to know kind of a lot about the movies, and he watches all the film critic videos on YouTube.
If that's how you feel, I'm not going to force you or anything. There's no point going if you're not into it anymore. It wouldn't be fun for either of us.
No, that's not what I meant. I didn't think that you were interested at all. Let's go if you want to, and forget what I just said now.
It's just that you're always putting my needs first regarding the wedding prep, and I really appreciate it. I'd like to do something for you for a change. I think you're neglecting yourself lately and concentrating too much on my needs. You need to look after yourself too. Do you see what I mean? I hope I make sense.
Oh, well, my hobbies are all a bit dull, really. I mean, I like them, but to other people they're probably super boring. And even if I were to pick somewhere for us to go, then I don't think there's anywhere in particular that comes to mind. I kind of like just being at home, chilling out and stuff. That's my jam.
Oh, but that reminds me, I just saw something you might like. It said on my news feed here that game that you play a lot, the one that's set in Roman times, is doing a crossover cafe type pop-up. Would you like to check that out?
No way, Caesar's Empire? Really? I didn't realize it had already started. I thought it would be like in a couple of months. But it would be so unbelievably boring for you if I dragged you along.
Hey, that's not true. I think it could be interesting. I like history, after all. Whatever floats your boat. I want to find out more about your interests so I can understand them better, and also see you enjoying yourself. Let's both go together. It's been too long since we've done anything non-wedding related for fun.
Huh? Are you serious? There's gonna be people cosplaying and everything. But if you're really okay with it, then sure.
I am. Right, it's a date. Oh, I better get back to work before someone notices and tells me off. Only a couple more hours to go, then freedom. So, I'll see you in a couple days, okay?
Alright. See you later. Don't work too hard.
Thanks. Bye for now. Keep out of trouble.
Wow, that was so awesome. There were a lot of people though. We're lucky we got in. Send me photos of the drinks, okay? They looked so cool. Well, thanks a lot for coming along with me and for queuing all that time.
Think nothing of it. I had a good time too. That drink turned my tongue bright purple for the rest of the day though. I didn't notice until we got home, so everyone who saw me must have thought I had a weird disease or something. But it was all worth it because I got to see a side of you that you don't normally show me. You're giddy with excitement.
Oops, I got a bit overexcited, didn't I? Looking back, it was all a bit cringy. Sorry if I showed you up. I'm just really into that stuff and there aren't normally events near us.
Oh no, you did nothing of the sort. Everyone around you was the same way, if not worse. I was getting pretty sucked into it myself. You were exactly like a kid in a candy store, though.
Yeah, now that you mention it, you did seem to be enjoying it more than I expected you to. Even though you've never actually played the game yourself. It must have all seemed pretty alien to you, right?
You'd think so, but actually I think I kinda got it. After all, don't forget that I've seen you playing that game for hours on end, haven't I? I should be an expert by now.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I guess since the apartment is so small, you didn't really have anywhere else to sit when I was playing. There were times when I could feel you staring at me from behind, so to be honest, it was a bit hard to concentrate on what I was doing. And because of that, it would take me much longer than usual to clear all the levels.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize I was putting you off when I sat there. I tried not to say anything in order to let you concentrate. I just thought the characters looked cute and all. Like that girl with a pink dress and bunny ears. Though what she was doing in a game set in ancient Rome, I have no idea. How would you feel if I tried playing sometime? You could teach me.
Are you serious? I said before, I really don't think you'd be much good at it.
Is it really such a difficult game to play? I beat you at air hockey that time when we went bowling. Remember that?
That was totally different. You're hardly what anyone could call a gamer, right? When was the last time you actually played online? Never, right?
Well, I don't suppose I've ever really done anything like that.
I've been playing for a long time now, so I'm pretty much a pro by now. You can't just suddenly get good at doing these things, and you're too fragile. You'll lose straight away the first few times and then get discouraged and give up and storm off in a huff. Most girls are like that, so I wouldn't let it get you down. There are people out there who get so disheartened it messes them up, and I wouldn't want to see you get upset.
Oh, is that right? I guess you know best when it comes to these things. Well, I suppose there are some pretty difficult games out there, but if they weren't difficult, then they wouldn't be much of a challenge.
Yeah, that's true. It's a matter of inbuilt skill, though. I don't think that you'd pick it up. Anyways, aren't you like always preoccupied enough with other stuff? Like the wedding planning and your family? I hope your dad's feeling better after his fall. Surely you don't have time to be playing games. What with work and everything, you must be swamped.
I know. Things are kinda hectic, aren't they? I don't know whether I'm coming or going. There's so much to do. I just figured it would be nice for us to share a hobby, as a couple and everything. Can you see where I'm coming from? Sorry if it sounds silly.
I appreciate the sentiment, but there is no need to put yourself out for me. We may be into different scenes, but before long, we'll be sharing the rest of our lives together. We're gonna be having plenty in common with each other. Not just things like hobbies.
Alright, I see your point. I'm sorry if I'm going on and on. Oh, my dad's just calling me, so I'll talk to you later, okay? And don't stay up too late playing those games. You know you'll feel rotten in the morning.
Yep, okay, I'll try to get an early night. But before bed, I'll just play a couple of rounds. I've got some challenges left to complete that shouldn't take too long. Good night.
Sweet dreams. Sorry it's taken me a while to get back to you. I had to stay with my dad at the hospital for longer than expected. Seems like we were waiting forever to go in, but it turned out the doctor hadn't come in till late, so there were a lot of patients waiting. Luckily, I'd brought a gardening magazine for Dad, and I could finish up a report to kill time. And he was pretty tired afterwards, so I stayed at his for a bit and made him a late lunch. He perked up after he had a cup of tea and some ham sandwiches.
Oh no, don't worry about it. As long as he's okay, just take as long as you need. Is your dad okay?
Oh yeah, he's doing all right. Well, for now, there's talk of him being admitted as a precaution. So we'll see how that plays out. I obviously don't want him in there, but it's better to be safe than sorry.
What? You mean he'll be staying in the hospital? Oh man, I didn't realize it was like that. Is it serious?
Nah, it's just so he can have some scans done. He's in his 70s now, so they're just following procedures. It'll be for the best. He's prone to pushing himself too far, and he wouldn't tell me himself if he didn't feel right.
I'm impressed he's still working in that barber shop. I expected him to retire like 5 years ago, but he seems to love to keep busy. Do you think I should try to go see him sometime as well? Take some chocolates or flowers or something?
Stop fretting. He's not quite at that point yet. He wouldn't want to think he'd worry you either. Knowing my dad, he would probably just end up feeling guilty and awkward.
But as your fiancé, I think it's the least I can do. It looks pretty bad if he knows that I know all about his state and yet don't show any concern for him. I don't want to give him that impression from so early on.
I keep telling you, there's no need to worry about it. But I've got to think about Mom too. She's trying way too hard to put on a brave face, and I need to be there to comfort her and give her lots of hugs. I'm the one who should be apologizing, as I can't come to your place and spend time with you.
Hey, don't let that bother you. I'm totally fine here on my own. Right now, you need to think about your dad's health and your mom's well-being. Those are the most important things.
I really am sorry about all this.
Hey, stop apologizing. And anyway, this weekend there's a big gaming event on. I can just play games all day to pass the time. If anything, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, games yet again?
Hey, lighten up, it was just a joke.
I don't suppose that means you've been trying to follow my advice.
Does it show? I thought that if I put it like that, you wouldn't notice. You know, because I care about your feelings and all.
Oh, thank you, babe. It means a lot to hear you say that.
There's honestly no need to worry about me. Right now, you need to focus on your parents instead and make sure to take good care of them.
Yeah, especially since I don't have any other siblings who can help out. Thanks for being there for me.
Once things have calmed down, you can drop me a message, okay? But in the meantime, just do what you need to. I can take care of myself. Remember to let them know from me that I hope your dad gets better real soon.
Sure, I will. Thanks again.
Like I've already said 100 times, I'll be totally fine. Okay, let's talk whenever you're able to again. Bye.
Yep, okay. I'll see you when I see you. Hey, I am so sorry to bother you so early. It's just that Dad's been admitted to hospital again, and I'll likely have quite a lot on my plate, as if it wasn't busy enough already.
Huh? Oh, really? Wow, that's a shock. Is he being admitted so he can have more tests and things done again?
Oh, well, it's a bit different this time, to be honest.
So that means he's going in for real? But why?
They're suspecting he has cancer. But it's still in the early stages. Lucky it got caught so quickly. Mom was always pushing him to get checked out if he ever felt like something was wrong, but he actually listened to her this time. So he'll probably be okay. At least that's what I want to think.
Are you actually serious? He has cancer? Is it really that bad?
Yes, it is.
I'm doing perfectly alright here, so put me out of your mind. Just spend as much time as you can with your dad while you can.
Thanks. Will do.
Your mom must be really feeling like she's been hit by a freight train right now. It must be super tough on her. I can't even imagine what she's going through.
I think you're taking the news worse than any of us. But really, things are okay over here. I mean, of course it's a shock, but we're staying strong. The doctor even tried to reassure us, and I think she knows what she's talking about. I don't think she'd fill us with false hope on purpose. Do you?
But it's really not okay, though. Even with all the medical advances that are happening all the time, it's still cancer. You know, the big C that everyone dreads. I'd really be freaking out if it were me.
I know, it sounds scary. But it doesn't help you getting all worked up. I end up feeling anxious too as a result.
Oh, no, I'm sorry if I upset you. I didn't mean to. But hey, you know, my granddad was diagnosed with cancer too, and he didn't last long after that. So you can understand why I'm a bit, you know.
Oh, I see. Sorry for making light of it as well. Even though the doctor was reassuring, it's really weighing on my mind.
Yeah, totally. You never know what might happen.
But I really do think that ultimately Dad will get through this. But at the very least, we'll have to alter the wedding plans to accommodate for everything. It'll only be a slight delay, I think, but it's necessary.
Absolutely. The wedding stuff is all trivial anyway. Delaying it isn't an issue at all. We can get married anytime. There's no need to rush. We'll just reschedule. As long as we do it in the end, what's the problem?
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm 100% happy with being sidelined, honest. Your family is more important than anything. Oh, I feel so useless, though. I wish there was something at all I could do to help.
I know. I feel better knowing you're supporting me. That's more than enough. Apologies for worrying you like that.
Don't apologize. I consider your mom and dad as my parents, too. It's only natural to be so concerned for them.
Yeah, I get that.
Everything's up in the air and mega stressful at the moment. So I'll go and see your parents in person in a bit.
Okay, if that's what you want to do, I won't try to talk you out of it. It's very kind of you, thank you. I'll pass the message on to Dad.
Hang in there, Leah. We need to do everything we can to support your mom now.
Gotcha. If anything happens, I'll be sure to let you know.
Okay, no need to rush. Whenever is fine. I'll be here. Take care and get well soon to your dad. I told you it'll all work out great. People never recover completely from cancer. It just gets worse and worse, or they think it's gone and it comes back. He's a goner. For now, I just need to make sure he sees the wedding ceremony. And then he'll see how much of a dutiful and devoted son-in-law I am. It'll be a pain, but at least I shouldn't have to keep it up for too long as his days are numbered. And once the inheritance has been distributed, I can seek a divorce. Oh man, I'm so sorry. That was supposed to be for one of my gamer friends. I thought I was messaging them instead. But it got sent to you by mistake. So I thought it best to delete everything.
Oh, is that so? I was in the hospital, so I didn't see it. The signal in here is terrible, and to be honest, I didn't have time to check in any case.
Ah, okay. Phew, that's a relief.
Hang on, about that thing you sent, was it something you'd rather I didn't see?
No, it was nothing like that, honest. It was really just a stupid joke that didn't mean anything. I just meant that you're going through such a stressful time lately. So it doesn't help if you're getting weird and confusing WhatsApp messages that don't make any sense. And I didn't want to make the situation any worse than it already is.
I don't know if you'd particularly be making things worse, but now it makes me want to know what you wrote. After you've said all that?
Yeah, I guess it would. But that's what I was saying. I'm not helping by preoccupying your mind with useless thoughts when you need to focus on the important things. I'm really sorry. Just forget about it. But that's what I meant when I said I was relieved. It wasn't even worth seeing.
I see. How are you doing? You're not just sat playing your games every day, are you?
Well, I am. I mean, it's because I can't see you. It's lonely. And you're in the hospital, so it feels wrong to bother you with messages. I'd rather not do that.
Oh, I understand. Sorry for not being able to spend time with you. Is anything the matter, though?
Nope, everything's just fine. Day in, day out, I go to work and come back, eat something, play a game, and sleep. That's it. It's pretty monotonous.
Yeah, it must be, but I'm glad nothing's up with you.
Anyway, enough about me. How's your dad doing? Is he showing any signs of progress?
Yeah, he keeps on keeping on. Things have calmed down somewhat, and Mom's bearing up okay, too.
You say that. But they could well be trying to put a brave face on, even if it means forcing themselves to. Be sure to let them know that they don't need to do that for your sake.
I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, you're right there.
Saying all that, though, you need to know what would happen in the worst case scenario. How about you try having a chat with them about it?
Worst case scenario?
You know, should your dad... you know...
Oh, yeah, it's always important to be prepared. We've already been discussing it, actually.
He has a life insurance policy and stuff, right? I'll bet it's on the generous side. And don't forget about the inheritance.
Look, I really don't appreciate you talking about money at a time like this. Okay? Cut it out.
But isn't it important? And you can't ignore the house as well, and the holiday home too. That house is far too big for just your mom on her own. It has all those bedrooms and the game room with the pool table. She doesn't need any of that. She'd just end up using like 20% of it or something. There are all kinds of issues like that you need to sort out.
But he hasn't gone anywhere yet.
I am telling you as someone who knows firsthand, that's not the right way to think about it. When it was my granddad, it was such a nightmare. We didn't know who would inherit what. It broke up the family. All we did was fight with each other. Even to this day, my aunt won't talk to my Uncle Stuart because he tried to cheat us all out of getting anything at all.
Wow, sounds like you had a really bad experience.
Well, my case is a bit extreme, I suppose. At least you're an only child. You can just split things with your mom. You probably won't argue much about it.
Sorry, Dom, but Dad's still with us. Don't you think you're being just a little bit insensitive? This isn't the time or a place to be talking about stuff like that.
Sorry if I offended you. But have you ever lost someone? I mean, someone really close to you? You haven't, right? I've had experience of it quite recently, so I can really understand what it's like. And I want to give you advice to make it easier for you to deal with.
Oh, okay. Thanks for your concern, but that concern alone is more than enough. I think about it too, you know, the future and everything.
Yeah, well, it's only natural. You should keep doing that. If you ever feel like talking or anything, you know where I am. Don't hold back.
Got it. I'll let you know straight away. Well, I'll see you later.
Hello, Dominic. Could I have a word with you for a minute? Hey, what's with all the formality? What's up? I'm messaging you on WhatsApp on Leah's behalf. She asked me to, through her tears, of course. What do you mean? She asked you. Who the hell are you? This is Leah's father. Oh, Mr. Hutchins. How are you feeling, sir? I have been so worried about you. Oh, you were concerned for me, were you? It didn't seem like that at all. What do you mean? I told Leah myself on here. I have proof. And I said I'd go visit you. I just hadn't gotten around to it yet because I've been busy. I'll bet you have. Anyways, I'm glad you didn't bother to come over. Oh, sir, I don't think I deserve that. Why would you even say that? That's no way to speak to someone who cares about you so much and holds you in such high regard. Don't you think that you're being a little rude? I don't appreciate that tone. Oh, I am very conscious that you care a lot. You care about my death, for one thing. By which I mean you care about what will happen to my assets. Yes, it's pretty clear that that's been the source of all your concern. Am I correct? Huh? What are you saying? Do you remember that message you sent to my daughter a few days ago? You thought you'd been successful in brushing it off, but she saw everything you wrote. No way. I already explained she got it all wrong. What did she get wrong? Now's your chance to explain it to me right now. In fact, we would both very much like to hear, my wife and I. Go on, we're all ears. No, that's... It's not what you think. What else am I supposed to think? With you saying you'll divorce as soon as you've claimed my money? I did mention separation, but that was because there was this woman who was being a real pain, and I had to say something to get her off my back. Otherwise, she'd never leave me alone. Oh, is that so? And then what? Pray tell. What do you mean, and then what? You say that you'll marry my Leah, and when I die and you get your hands on my estate, you'll divorce her. And straight after that, waste no time in shaking up with that other woman, right? Absolutely not. I would never dream of doing such a thing. I'm engaged to marry Leah. She's the only person I want to be with. But you will break up with her soon after, won't you? There's no need to do anything so rash. After all, even if you were to marry her and I passed away, there isn't a chance in hell you'd be getting a penny of my money. Why not? That's the way it works if you're a married couple. What belongs to her belongs to me too, and vice versa. There's no keeping things to oneself. The inheritance goes to the person who is eligible to claim it. You're not one of those people, though. You have no right to consider yourself a beneficiary. This is probably the most we've even communicated since we first met. Until now, you've been completely disinterested in us, but now that you have something to gain, you're suddenly oh so concerned. What? Is that right? In any case, there is no way that you are getting married to my daughter. Hell will freeze over before that happens, sonny boy. Huh? Hold on a minute. Why? Why do you say that? I did a bit of research into you and that female friend of yours. All the while Leah has been here by my side, you've been having a jolly good time, haven't you? Not even bothering to go to work, you parasite layabout. Did you plan to spend the rest of your life being a useless couch potato? Yeah, how? How do you know that? You met her through those games that you're so fond of playing, is that correct? So it follows that you weren't really very keen on her trying them out too. And you talked her out of it, even though she said herself that she was interested. No way. It's all a big misunderstanding. Listen to me. That was all very easy to find out. You'll marry her once you have what you want. What a shame for you that I'll be hanging around for another 30 years, messing up your little scheme. Hang on, don't you have cancer? That's what Leah told me. You're really sick in the hospital with cancer. At the time of my diagnosis, Leah told you of the developments. She was very concerned for me, but also for your well-being. So she thought it best to let you know so you understood the situation. How honest she is. But the thing is, after that, you went and put your foot in it and sent all those messages. If you think back, you'll realize that she didn't in reality explain to you what had happened to me. I'm not really following you. I think it will come to you as rather disappointing news that I am not at death's door just yet. What I have is, in fact, prostate cancer. And it's still very early on, so plenty of opportunity for intervention before it progresses. So, you see, things won't pan out the way that you've been gleefully imagining they would. Are you serious? Leah was truly shaken up by your message. Fancy you having your eyes on her and her mom's rightful inheritance. Believe me, I was just joking. I love your daughter with every fiber of my being. I'll do anything for her. I honestly want to get married to her. Spending every day sharing your room with your piece on the side? What a cozy arrangement that must be. Despite the fact that you're so utterly devoted to your fiancé. You're wrong. She's my rock. I always intended to talk to Leah. I just needed to do it when the time was right, and that never really happened. Is that the best excuse that you could muster up? But it's not an excuse, it's... Yes, it's... Do you have a romantic attachment to that other woman? Not even a little bit. If I wasn't wanting to marry Leah, then she would bother me by following me around everywhere. I couldn't stand that. She also threatened me, saying she'd tell Leah everything. She threatened and terrorized me. That's quite a story. Yes, I think I understand. At the beginning, she was just an acquaintance I made through gaming. But before I knew it, she was acting like she was my actual girlfriend. She was just deluded. She even tried to involve Leah in her little drama. Are you done with your tall tales now? Oh, you look awfully desperate with your attempts to deceive me. It's quite amusing, honestly, to see you flailing around like this. I'm telling the truth. I'm not lying. You might be interested to learn that your other woman is standing in front of me as we speak, actually. No way. I've been set up. What is happening? Is this some kind of joke? I'm being serious. I called her over here. I did it in order to ascertain whether you were telling us the truth or not. What is she doing there with you? Oh man, this is messed up. It's become quite clear that you're the one who initiated the relationship. Once you had started seeing each other, you confessed that you had a significant other you were engaged to. But you started dangling in front of her the proposition of marriage and of inheriting my money. She told Leah what had been happening, that she had fallen for you and so inadvertently started courting and apologized profusely for her actions. At least one of you has a conscience, huh? She was lying to you. She's not right in the head. She'll say anything to get attention. Oh, please, don't get fooled by what she says. You're the one who needs to get their head checked out. There is nothing wrong with me. You've got to believe me, not her. Why wouldn't you be satisfied with knowing Leah would be your wife? Why did you feel the need to fool around with young women you find on the net or in your games? And then, to top it all off, how low down and deluded must you be to think that you'd be walking away with my inheritance that my daughter is entitled to? What is going on in that tiny little brain of yours? Well, there will be no wedding. Consider it well and truly cancelled. A scumbag like you will never be fit for my daughter, not in a million years. I would do everything within my power to make sure it never, ever happens. Oh, hey, hear me out, please. This is all just one big misunderstanding. The only mistake I could have made would have been allowing the wedding to go ahead. I'd never forgive myself for that. I'm so glad everything came out to the surface before you tied the knot. Let me tell you. The damage to Leah was at least limited before her life was completely and utterly ruined by you. Yes, it was truly a lucky escape. No, please, sir, have mercy. I swear on my life that I won't ever do anything like this ever again. I am begging you to let me apologize to Leah too. As if I would do such an idiotic thing as that. In any case, she certainly doesn't want to see you. She has made it very clear to me that if she ever lays eyes on your smug, nauseating little face, she'll be compelled to ram your game controller where the sun doesn't shine. I have notified your parents of the situation too, so you can't go crying to them expecting sympathy. They're on their way to the house right now. My parents are going to your house? They've never even met you. Yeah, and might I say that I have no idea where you get your self-serving deviousness from. They have been terribly forthright and helpful in providing us with the information that we were after. They are quite confident that all the blame for this sorry affair lies with you. The only saving grace is the fact that you are still engaged, and it wasn't too late to put a stop to this. So your parents have lost all faith in you. They say they wish to cut you out of their lives for good. What? Just hold on there. You have no right to be saying these things to me. Tell me the truth. I am telling you the truth. You're the only liar here. Like my daughter and myself, they wish to have nothing to do with you ever again. Don't bother trying to call or visit them or even send them a message. They won't answer. You may as well be a stranger to them. Except that if you were a stranger, they would likely be more apathetic towards you. Anyways, it's the only thing that can be done when a son has caused so much wanton destruction and pain to the ones he is supposed to love. You couldn't have hurt them more if you tried. You are the absolute lowest of the low. No way, that is unfair. You have to listen to my side of the story too. There is nothing more that I wish to hear from you. You were cheating on my Leah. That's the bottom line, end of the discussion. But listen to me. You were engaged. Let's not forget that you wasted 4 years of my poor daughter's life. The wedding venue was chosen, invites sent out, the cake reserved, and Leah put her all into making her special day the one she had always dreamt of. Too bad her husband-to-be was such an utter scumbag. We expect you to pay for your affair, of course. You will never utter a single word to, nor come near my daughter ever again, or, mark my words, you will live to regret it. Well, that is to say, you'll be lucky if you do live after that. That is totally going overboard. People have affairs all the time. It's normal. Come on, it was only once or twice. A bit of fooling around that didn't mean anything. Once or twice, you say? That's not what I heard from your lover, or should I say ex-lover. Unless each time was extraordinarily prolonged. I know you're lying because she told me that it has been going on for at least 6 months. I've told you over and over again she's the liar. Your dishonesty knows no bounds, does it? Never darken my doorstep again. Oh, please, this is insane. I've been set up. I'm innocent, I tell you. Mr. Hutchins, wait. I am on my knees. I am begging you, please.
After taking everything into consideration, Dom's parents decided to cut him off from his own inheritance too. He was also made to sign legally binding documents to declare that he would keep his distance at all times from that point onwards. Pathetic, whining messages of apology were sent, but as would be expected, were ignored and he was blocked. His deeply repentant girlfriend also paid voluntary compensation for the trouble without such futile words of protest. I've heard she's also ceased communicating with him. Word of the sordid affair and breaking off of his engagement looks to have spread as far as his workplace. The office is awash with rumors of his antics, and they are a source of deep humiliation. Of course, no one had any clue that he had his eyes fixed on Dad's estate, so it came as a huge shock to everybody. I'm just so relieved that it all came to light before we were legally bound in marriage. Who knows what would have happened if things had gone that far? What is with all your incessant messages? I am on vacation with my boyfriend. What do you want? Where are you? I'm in a resort in Hawaii. It's an all-inclusive resort, too. I'm just sitting on the beach, eating and drinking whatever I want. So you're not even in town? Very good, Miss Obvious. When you said that you went to Hawaii last year, I was so jealous. I wanted to go so badly, so here I am. What did you mean when you said that you were there with your boyfriend? Is that a typo or autocorrect or something? Nope, not a mistake at all. I'm here with my rich, handsome boyfriend. This is our first vacation together, and he's quite adventurous. But you're married. What are you doing with a boyfriend? What? Did you not hear? Dan got into an accident and is in the hospital. He doesn't even know that I'm gone. So I took the opportunity to go on a getaway with my boyfriend. I did hear about the accident. That's why I'm messaging you, actually. Frankly, it's horrible that you're on vacation. You need to come home right this instant. No way. I'm having the time of my life here. How can you even be in the mood to go on vacation after Dan's car accident? Give me a break. I just got here 2 days ago. Dan is fighting for his life right now. Oh, really? Hope he can pull through. But I've been thinking that I really don't want to stay married to him anymore. He works in a dirty factory and his salary is so low that it's embarrassing. How can you say that? He's working very hard to give you a really good life. Really? Because I don't see it. He owns his own business, but he still works on Saturday and Sundays. He might be the owner, but it's a super small company with only 6 other employees. All they do is manufacture small parts. Don't you know that doing that really isn't stable? The parts they make could become obsolete next year. Who knows? Following that same logic, it could also become more and more important and lead to bigger projects. Anything is possible. But no one can say for certain which way it'll go. Besides, he always comes home covered in grease and oil stains. I don't want people to associate him with me. They'll think that I'm poor. I can't take him anywhere. Those are his work clothes. You can't fault him just because he needs to get a little dirty at work. It's not like he doesn't have other clothes. None worth mentioning. And he is so stingy with his money. He won't even buy me a Hermes bag. You know that I've been wanting one ever since we were little. He's saving for the future. If you really wanted the bag, you could save it and get it yourself. That's not fair. You can say that because you have a Hermes bag already. I want a Birkin too. Why can you have one but I can't? That's because I saved up for it. It took a long time, but I finally bought one myself. Oh, I get it now. You're looking down on me because I decided to be a housewife. You think you're better than me, don't you? That makes me so mad. That is not what I was trying to say. Look, I don't want to fight with you. Just please come home as soon as you can. I'm begging you here. Whatever it is, just do it for me, okay? While you're at it, make up some good excuse as to why I'm not there too, okay? You have my full permission to go to the hospital and see what Dan needs. He's your husband, though. Ugh, you always ordered me around, even when we were young. That's what I've always hated about you. I'm sorry I made you feel that way, but please, we can talk about that later. You need to come here quick. I'm already on the way to the hospital. I can't go back now. There's a lot of things I need to do, and I need to talk to my boyfriend about it first. It doesn't matter what your boyfriend says. Who cares about him? You can come back without him. Who cares? You should, for one. He's your husband, after all. What? I bet you have that blank look on your face like you always do. Steven told me he was going to a high school reunion. He said that he's staying with his parents? Yeah, he did. It was all a lie, though. You've always had terrible luck with men. Looks like you lost to me this time, too. You're always so busy with work and haven't been taking care of your husband's needs, so Steven came to me. How did it happen? That's not really the right question to ask. When would be better. I started planning the moment you introduced him to me. I thought to myself that I want a handsome man like that by my side too.
You only want things you can't have, and you only want them because I have them.
Steven makes way more money than Dan.
That might be what it looks like.
When you compare the two of them, Dan is a beat-up Ford, while Steven is a brand new Porsche.
That's not right. You're just looking from the outside. You might find that the old car is more cost-effective to maintain, or that it has more cargo space than a sports car.
It comes down to the cost of the car. The more expensive the car, the richer the man.
Even if that were true, it doesn't give you the right to steal my husband or any of my past boyfriends.
You can't just blame me. They all came to me, willingly.
I was shocked the first time it happened, but I thought you grew out of it. But now you even went after my husband. There is something wrong with you.
I'm just a better woman and partner than you are. If you want to do something about it, then come here and get him. Just try and take him from me.
I will do no such thing. I am on my way to the hospital.
Oh, thank you so much, sis. Oh, we're going to go for a swim now, so I won't be checking my phone. Talk to you later.
Wait a minute. Rosa! Don't go! Rosa?
My name is Amelia. I'm 35 years old. I work in a company that deals with foreign capital and investments. I married my husband, Steven, 2 years ago, and we live together in our house in the suburbs. Steven is a musician. We met at a club, and he asked me out on a date. He told me that his dream is to be a music producer. I fell in love with the passion that he showed for his dream. My sister, Rosa, is 3 years younger than me. Rosa married a serious and hard-working man named Dan. I thought that they were happily married. But Rosa has always had it out for me. She thought of me as her rival, even though I don't ever want to compete with her. She's always wanted what I had, no matter what it was. For example, she wanted to go to the same college as me and buy the same clothes that I bought. One time, I went to get a haircut at a new salon that opened. The next day, my sister went and did the same thing. She even asked for the same stylist. I got a bonus and bought myself a Chanel purse. 1 week later, she bought the same one. She wasn't working at the time and was a full-time college student, so I wasn't sure where she got the money. She was always spending copious amounts of money to try to be me. At first, I thought it was cute that she wanted to be like her big sister. I thought that she was going to work hard like me too. But then she stole my first serious boyfriend. It stopped being cute. She didn't want to be like me. She just wanted what I had. I thought that she would grow out of it and have a life of her own, but nothing prepared me for what happened next. Aloha! The weather here is gorgeous, even though it's close to dinner time. We're having Hawaiian pancakes.
How can you be so carefree at a time like this?
Oh, stop being such a downer. A vacation would do you some good as well.
I messaged you so many times, but you never responded. I even called you.
I told you that we were going for a swim. I left my phone on the beach. I sent you some pictures. Did you look at them?
I don't need pictures of you and Steven together.
I'm just sharing pictures of my fun time since it's such a drag where you are. I just want to lighten the mood, you know?
There is seriously something wrong with you if you're able to have taken this situation lightly. Are you a sociopath or something?
Nope, I'm perfectly fine. This beautiful Hawaiian weather has just gotten me in such a good mood.
Aren't you even a little worried about Dan?
Not really. He has enough people to worry about him. One less person isn't going to change anything.
He is in critical condition, though.
But he's still alive.
Everyone is here. We're all crowding around his hospital bed.
Oof, that sounds suffocating.
How could you say that? This is your husband we're talking about, not some stranger. He has tubes attached all over his body.
Could you not try to drag down my vibes? I'm having such a good time here. It's like I'm on my honeymoon. We're going shopping now. Steven said that we're going to Tiffany's and he's going to buy me a diamond ring.
Diamond ring?
Yeah, that's what he said. So you see, I don't care what happens to Dan, I'm going to get married again. Soon.
Oh my god, I can't believe this.
You must be super mad. It hasn't even been 6 months since you married Steven. But aren't you glad that this happened before you had any kids? No kids makes things less messy when it ends. By the way, Steven said that he prefers a younger woman like me to an old spinster like you.
Do you guys have any morals? Do you even know what you're doing?
Oh, I'm getting tired of talking to you. You're dragging the mood way down and ruining my vacation. Don't talk to me until I'm back in town.
Rosa! Dan is here fighting to stay alive. How can you keep ranting around in Hawaii at a time like this?
Oh, shut up. Stop interfering with my life. I make my own decisions.
Wait, Rosa! Rosa? No, not again.
I'm leaving Dan in your hands. Take good care of him for me. You can leave Steven to me. He is in very good hands.
It's hard for me to take care of someone who is no longer here.
What? Did he leave the hospital already?
No, Rosa. He passed away this morning.
Oh, I see. Well, then I'll leave the funeral arrangements to you. You can do whatever you want. You're in charge, sis.
You're still not going to come back? You're not going to attend his funeral?
No, we're having such a good time together that we're talking about extending our stay.
You two are so incredible. Not in a good way.
Well, now that Dan's not around, I'm free to do what I want. Even if I'm not back when I said I would be back, no one's going to care. That sounds like freedom to me.
There are a lot of things to do and decide before the funeral, you know.
I'm not really good at stuff like that. I already put you in charge, so thanks. The cheapest things are fine. I don't want to spend a lot of his money on it. Oh, speaking of money, do people give presents for funerals? Let me know if anyone leaves some for me. I'll also take flowers, preferably tulips. I don't need cards, though, so discourage people from getting me those. If you get any cards, you can just throw them away. I won't read them.
That is unbelievable. Is that really all you can think of?
Right, how could I forget? I'm going to get his insurance money and everything that he left behind. This is turning out better than I thought. That means I can shop more. I can finally get my hands on a Birkin.
You're not getting anything from his insurance. In fact, I think you're going to have to pay money instead.
What? How could that be?
It seems that Dan had already filed for divorce.
What? When?
Did you forget? You told him that you were seeing someone else and that you wanted a divorce. You signed the papers and left them with him.
I did?
Dan wasn't sure if he should file them or not, but since you already seeing someone else, he thought that there was no point in trying to save the marriage. He had filed the papers before he got into the accident.
No way. Already? Fine then. I don't need the money from his life insurance. I just need about $300,000. I'll get at least that much, right?
Are you crazy? You think he left you in his will after he divorced you? He spent the entire day taking you out of his life plans and ended the day at the courthouse, it seems.
Then who gets everything?
I do.
What? Why do you get it?
After you and Dan got married, he came to ask for my opinion on a business plan of his. He wanted to build his own factory and explained to me what his plans were. I advised him and helped him come up with a financial plan, but his idea intrigued me, and I decided to invest in his business.
I didn't know that you met up with him.
I thought that since he was your husband, the money he makes in the future would help you to have a better life. I had money saved up and I knew that his business was just going to keep growing, so I was happy to help him out.
I didn't know that.
Dan and I talked a lot while he was alive.
Really?
Since I became his investor and knew about his plans in great detail, he named me his benefactor in case anything happened to him. I also visited the factory often to see how things were going and helped out where I could. I learned a lot from Dan. So that's why I'm going to take over.
Well, that's good because there's no way I would be caught dead in that tiny and dirty place. There's no money in it for anyone. You probably know about his fortune, or lack of thereof. He probably didn't even have any money to leave. He was just a poor man.
No, he wasn't. He knew how to save for rainy days, and he left a lot of money behind.
What? No way!
He was on a tight budget because he asked me to put him on one. He wanted to save money so that when it was time for him to retire, you and him could have a really good life and not worry about a thing. He had about $2 million saved up.
That much?
Rosa, that man loved you. All he thought about was you.
I wouldn't have asked for a divorce if I knew he had that much money.
All you care about is money. Your greed blinded you from seeing anything else.
Well, it doesn't matter anyway because I'm going to marry Steven and he has money too.
You think Steven has money? You couldn't be further from the truth. He doesn't even have a fixed income. The only thing he has is a fixed interest rate on his debts.
What are you talking about? He has money. He drives a really nice car.
That's my car. I bought it, and the deed is in my name. He lives off of my money in the house that I paid for. I let him because I knew that the music industry is hard to break into and believed that he could make it. I told him to keep pursuing his dream and let me handle the bills. But he cheated on me 4 times before you came around.
Wait, what? I'm number 5? He said there was no one but me. He's a serial cheater?
I was thinking about divorcing him already, and this is the final straw. Thanks to you, I have proof of him cheating on me, so that's going to speed things up quite a bit for me. So I need to thank you for that, and taking over his $50,000 worth of credit card bills.
What? He doesn't have a job, and he's $50,000 in the red?
Well then, good luck with him. Make sure he doesn't cheat on you.
No, wait, I changed my mind. You can have him back.
By the way, I'm going to be asking for alimony from him in the divorce, and I'll be suing you for purposely trying to wreck my marriage.
What are you talking about, Amelia? You can't do that to me. I'm your baby sister. Just calm down and think about this clearly.
I am very calm. I am collecting on years of repayment. I haven't forgotten about a single thing you did to me. Like that time in high school when you went into my room when I was out and tried on all of my underwear?
Oh, you know about that?
Of course I do. After you stole that jacket, before I even had a chance to wear it, I decided to install a small camera in my room and turned it on whenever I left.
What? Isn't that like an invasion of privacy or something?
It was my room! So I have all the times you snuck into my room to take my things or do something weird on tape. By the way, you have the spare key to my house, don't you? Steven gave a copy to you, didn't he?
Why are you saying that like it's such a horrible thing? We're sisters. What's wrong with me having a copy of the key?
It's a problem because I never gave you permission to come in my house, and it becomes trespassing when I don't want you there. I can call the police and have you arrested.
You're going to get the police involved? Isn't that going overboard? I got the key from Steven, so it shouldn't be a crime.
It's my house. I paid for it, and it's in my name only, so I get to say who is and isn't welcome to be there.
Fine. What do you want? You want me to apologize to you?
You really think it's that easy? You have no idea how hard Dan was working every day to grow his company and his business. While he was out there sweating and working his butt off, you were cheating on him.
Okay, I get it. It was my fault. I did something bad, and I'm sorry.
You think that everything will be forgiven just because you say you're sorry? Dan was lying in a hospital bed, and no one knew if he could make it. You didn't care. You didn't even show an ounce of concern. That is unforgivable.
I'm sorry, okay? I shouldn't have done it.
That's not going to bring Dan back.
Then what do you want me to do?
There are a few things that I want you to do.
What is it? I'll do anything.
You're going to pay for the ring you just got, and you're going to pay me back for the cost of your entire Hawaii trip.
What? Why do I have to pay for the ring? Steven got me the ring.
He did, but he's using my credit card. I don't care which one of you pays me back, but I'm tired of funding your terrible lives.
You're going to put me deep in the red if you make me pay. I don't have the money to pay you back.
You're a full-grown adult.
You're going to have to figure something out, and let me tell you this, you can't run to Mom and Dad to help dig you out. Why not? That's not fair. They're the only ones that can help me. You're misunderstanding something. It's not my stipulation. It's theirs. What does that mean? They're cutting you off and cutting you out of their lives. No, I never did anything to them. That's not the problem. They're ashamed of you. You had a good husband and a good life, but all you did was complain about how it wasn't enough. Then you went and cheated with my husband. They were in disbelief when they heard. They're so embarrassed to have such an immoral daughter. They feel so sorry for Dan. You made Mom cry, and Dad is furious. Oh, this is bad. This is really, really bad. They said they don't want to see your face again. Wait, they can't leave me like this. And Amelia, you can't leave me like this either. Please help me. I don't have anywhere to go or anyone to turn to. Amelia? Are you there? I was advised that it would be too hard to pursue trespassing charges against Rosa, but I was about to file a report for all the things she'd stolen from me. Since I was named the proprietor of Dan's estate, I sold the condo that he bought for him and Rosa. I put that money back into the business that he started. Banned from our parents' place and not having the apartment anymore, Rosa had nowhere to go. I found out afterwards that in order to buy brand-name goods, she would borrow money using unsavory places. Now the debt collectors are going after her for their money. On top of her debts, she needs to pay me back for all of the stuff she stole. The total for that came to about $20,000. She's so far deep in the hole that it'll take decades before she can get back on her feet. Dan's parents passed away when he was young and he didn't have any siblings, so he decided to donate all his money to his employees. Rosa wasn't entitled to a single cent of it. Rosa had tried to turn to Stephen for help, but he has his own troubles. I divorced him and kicked him out of my home. I couldn't get alimony from him, but he owes me for the diamond ring and all of the other garbage he bought using my credit card. Ever since he met me, he never had to hold down a job, so now he's jobless and drowning in debt. He was able to get a job flipping burgers at the mall food court. I heard through the grapevine that Rosa found a part-time job as a janitor in a factory. That was the last I heard about her. After my divorce was finalized, I finally felt free and that I could close that chapter of my life. I had no use for Dan's insurance money in my personal life, so I put that money into the business as well. I'm putting all my energy into growing the business and making Dan's dream come true. There's even talks of contracts from businesses overseas. While on a business trip, I met someone that was in the same industry. We started dating and then we got married. I feel good about where I am in life now. My husband and I equally contribute to the marriage and the business. I couldn't be happier. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos.